Good evening, everybody. Bill Brown and Geoff Blum.
Yeah, that's a good thing. They did what they wanted to do on the road. Last homestand, they did a great job. A lot of magic happening. Went out on the road, took that split, which is what you want to do on the road.
Hey, we got Jason Castro. Jason Castro's been long enough to play with me on the Astros, so I know it's been a long haul for you, putting up with me, number one, but putting up with the injuries and the knee surgery in 2011 and putting up with these last 2 or 3 seasons. Tell me what it feels like for you to be in the postseason finally in an Astro uniform.
It's sweet.
Well, I think you can see some of the adjustments being made. He has taken away that leg kick in the front, just kind of getting up on the front edge of that toe as a trigger to get his swing ready. So he's already trying to experiment with different things, taking that leg kick out of that situation that he has. He usually has been one of those guys in the past that would use the toe step to get the weight back on that back leg and get ready to drive through the baseball. But now watch him get up on that front toe.
No, it's been tough. They did hit Colby Lewis good last night, but also there were 3 errors in that game by the Texas Rangers defense, which allowed them some opportunities that they were unable to come through with. We know that runners in scoring position, the batting average is an issue, and we also have talked over the weeks about the luck of the Houston Astros, and that bottom number that Esh was talking about is at 350 on balls put in play by the Texas Rangers. They seemingly find the hole every time they put a barrel on the baseball. On the other side, the Houston Astros do not. The 264 average with balls put in play is a drastic difference. Those guys are getting on base more often, more opportunities to have that risk number go up for the Texas Rangers. But one of the most interesting things I heard after that game was when somebody asked Evan Longoria what he thought of Cozart. He said it was the best cutter he'd seen since Mariano Rivera.
And I think he used to refer to himself as the Fat Elvis. So
no, he did not.
He did not.
He
that
absolutely
did not come
hated
from
that
him.
one.
Is that right?
He did not want to be the Fat Elvis.
Okay.
He wanted to be the Puma.
Which part of that reference did he not care for?
Probably the beginning of it.
Yeah, you guys are real right. The bullpen is one of those things that kind of fell down last year, but they shorted up in the back end of the bullpen. You're one of those guys they bring in. But just judging by the camaraderie you guys have, I don't think anybody really had an ego in that bullpen as far as who was coming out to do what job. You guys just meshed together and did a great job. Who are the leaders down there in that bullpen?
Yeah, I mean, we had guys that battle tested for sure, and it started there. You know, the good group of guys, and it just some felt different.
These guys we're talking about in the open have been the demise of Dallas Keuchel, looking to change things around here at Globe Life Park, where he has a career 6.75 ERA.
Just a little over 2.5 runs of run support for Dallas Keuchel. Think that changes at all the way a guy approaches, or are you just going out there to get guys out?
I think everything they're going to say to us is going to say they're going to go out there and get outs and do what they can and not worry about the offense. But in the back of their mind, what they're not telling you is that, yeah, they realize that some nights they have to be perfect. It's not an easy mentality to take to the mound, especially against a ball club like the Rangers here at Globe Life.
So, Blummer, here we are. We're just days away from that waiver wire trade deadline. You see the Astros making any kind of meaningful move?
I would like to see them make that move, but I think that I don't want to see them make a lateral move. I don't want to see them give up talent to make a lateral move. It's got to be somebody that's going to be outside this organization that can come in and have an impact immediately and maybe have an impact a little bit longer term, maybe for 2 or 3 years down the road. I know we keep hearing names about Chris Archer's a guy. He's attractive because he has a very good contract and he's a very good pitcher. I think he'd be a good mix over here. But that being said, I think the price tag on some of these guys out there around the league is incredibly steep, and I'm not sure I'd be willing to give up some of the young talent the Astros have to go get somebody.
Between you and me, I would say that he does deserve some of that consideration, considering how well he's pitched. It's amazing you got to go all the way back to mid-April after that second start and look at the numbers that Doug Fister's put up, and he competes with a lot of guys that are going to be on that all-star team. But I just don't feel that the Major League Baseball and the powers that be in Major League Baseball feel that Doug Fister is going to be that guy that makes an all-star team. Although he goes out there and does nothing but win ball games. The last 10 starts he's made for the Houston Astros, they have won. They know what they're going to get from Doug Fister. He's consistent, pitches with his fastball about 70% of the time, which is amazing considering he averages about 87 miles an hour on that fastball. But for me, for the Astros, everybody in Houston who watches him pitch, we'd love to see him in that all-star game because we know he competes and he likes to win.
As good as Jake can be, that was a bad decision right there. I didn't think there was really any chance. He did a good job getting a good break on this ball, but not hitting hard enough for him to get underneath it. Iglesias recognizing that, put his head down and took off towards third base, had it easy, and I think Jake Marisnick tried to force the issue right there and gave Ian Kinsler an extra 90 feet.
Looking at some of those numbers, Esha hinted at, those first 3 innings are crucial for Lance McCullers having a good outing. You see the ERA in those first 3 innings. That's usually one time through the lineup, but for me, it's the strike percentage that you see right in the middle at almost 60%. He has got to get better command of that fastball, get in the zone, because that will allow him to get to that nasty slider and that occasional changeup.
Well, no sooner do I say that Collins is having a tough time with off-speed pitches than he takes a changeup hanging out over the zone from Chris Davinsky and deposits it into right field. And my goodness, this escalated incredibly quick. That one came right back into the barrel.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch him go out there and play defense. Having played the hot corner, I really appreciate how Luis Valbuena goes out there, prepares, taking a lot of ground balls beforehand, but he's got great footwork, and I think the footwork for him is what makes him a great fielder, getting that glove in a good position. Not a fantastic arm, but a good enough arm to keep getting those outs at third.